hearing in Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid land dispute concludes in Supreme Court. 5-member Constitution bench reserves its verdict. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says her duty now is to provide a lifeline to public sector banks. Assam government determined to contain artificial floods in Guwahati, assures GDD Minister Siddharth Bhattacharya. Enforcement Directorate arrests former Union Minister P. Chidambaram in INX media money laundering case. And NCC undertakes first ever sailing expedition in the waters of mighty Brahmaputra. Good evening viewers and welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Satwati, now with the details. In national news first, the Supreme Court today concluded hearing in Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid land dispute and reserved its judgment. A 5-judge constitution bench headed by Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi heard the case for 40 days and concluded the arguments today. The bench granted 3 days to contesting parties to file written notes on molding of relief or narrowing down the issues on which the court is required to adjudicate. The other members of the bench are Justice S.A. Bobde, D.Y. Chandrachud, Ashok Bhushan and S.A. Nazir.
सुनवाई पूरी हो चुकी है, जजमेंट रिजर्व हो चुका है, फैसला आना बाकी है, लेकिन यह आप अवश्य मान के चले कि प्रभु श्री राम की यह भूमि है। प्रभु राम श्री राम के जन्म स्थान के बारे में जो भी फैसला आएगा, श्री राम का वहाँ स्थापना अवश्य है।
को भी मोल्डिंग ऑफ रिलीफ पे अपने रिटन सबमिशन दे रहे हैं, वो 3 दिन के अंदर सबमिट करें सुप्रीम कोर्ट के सामने। नहीं, आई एम वेरी हैप्पी बिकॉज आफ्टर 40 डेज ऑफ कंटिन्यूअस हियरिंग इन दिस मैटर एंड द डिस्प्यूट पर्टेनिंग टू 490 years बैक, today finally the judgment has been reserved, so it's a very great day for all the parties who have contested this case.
In more national news, Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi today criticized the skeptical approach of the opposition in Maharashtra on the issue of Jammu and Kashmir. Addressing an election rally at Akola in Maharashtra, he said it reflects how opportunistic is the opposition when it comes to core issues of the nation. The Prime Minister hailed the water conservation works under Jal Yukt Shivar scheme in the state. Modi said the government has taken several steps to help the agriculture and farming community.
केंद्र की सरकार हो या महाराष्ट्र की सरकार, किसानों के हित में लिए गए फैसलों का बहुत बड़ा लाभ अकोला को हुआ है, विदर्भ को हुआ है, महाराष्ट्र को हुआ है। पहले विदर्भ के नाम पर पैकेज घोषित होते थे, लेकिन यहां तक पहुंचते ही नहीं थे।
Moving on, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has said the Indian public sector banks had the worst phase under the combination of former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh and RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan. He said giving all the public sector banks a lifeline is her primary duty today. She was delivering a lecture on the topic Indian Economy, Challenges and Prospects at Columbia University School of International and Public Affairs. Referring to abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, she said, the article denied women from the state inheritance rights, and this was a serious human rights violation that no one spoke about. But human rights have become a global buzzword following the revocation of the temporary constitutional provision. Moving on to Northeast now, Arunachal Pradesh Deputy Speaker Tesam Pongte and members of the Chamber of Commerce Moreh discussed issues related to the Indo-Myanmar trade at Moreh Integrated Checkpost Conference Hall on Tuesday. Officials of Assam Rifles and Trade and Commerce Department, Government of Manipur also took part in the meeting. A 6-member team led by the Deputy Speaker also visited the Moreh Integrated Checkpost. Secretary of Border Trade, Chamber of Commerce, Surender spoke on how to enhance the border trade. Arunachal MLAs Laisam Sinai, Jingnu Namchum, Director of Arunachal Pradesh Commerce and Industries, Tokong Partin, Secretary Anirudh Singh S. Singh, and Deputy Director Sonyung attended the meeting. In Assam, Minister for Guwahati Development Department Siddharth Bhattacharya today said the government is determined to solve the problem of artificial floods in the capital city during the monsoon. Inaugurating the Nunmati Basin Flood Mitigation Pump House at Bamuni Maidan in the city, the minister said artificial flood has grown into a big problem in Guwahati. There are other pump stations where flood waters are released in Bharalu River. The Nunmati pump station will carry the excessive waters from the Bharalu towards Bondajan, which will reduce the load on Bharalu River. The area which will mostly benefit from the pump will be Navin Nagar, Jew Road and Anil Nagar. About 6.5 crore rupees has gone into setting up the project. Welcome back. The Enforcement Directorate arrested Congress leader P. Chidambaram today in the Tihar jail in connection with its probe in the INX Media money laundering case. A 3-member team of investigators of the central agency arrested P. Chidambaram under the provision of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA). The ED had filed a criminal case under the PMLA in 2017 to probe this deal of alleged irregularities in the grant of approval from the Foreign Investment Promotion Board (FIPB) to INX Media Group. INX Media got its Foreign Investment Promotion Board approval in 2007-8 when Chidambaram was Union Finance Minister. The agency will now move the court to seek his fresh custody. In Manipur, Airport Authority of India has assured to take up various projects under the Corporate Social Responsibility Program. Among them, 4.95 crore rupees has been earmarked for a project for Ambulatory Treatment Center ATC at JNIMS, said Health Minister L. Jayanta Kumar. Addressing a press meet in Imphal, the minister briefed the media on the 13th conference of Central Council of Health and Family Welfare held on October 10 and 11 in New Delhi. It was to review the implementation of policies and programs of the government related to medical and health sectors and also to recommend ways and means for their better implementation. In Assam, the Congress today expressed confidence that the party will perform well in the forthcoming by-elections in the state. Talking to the media in Guwahati, party's National General Secretary Harish Rawat said this will be the start of a victory march of the Congress. On the NRC, Rawat demanded inclusion of each and every Indian in the citizens' register. He said the Congress party will help all genuine Indians to enter their names in the NRC. In Meghalaya, Chief Minister Conrad Sangma on Tuesday flagged off a cross-country motorcycle ride that aims to promote the implementation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) in the Northeast. The rally was also organized to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the World War II that had started in 1939. The trip has been dubbed as Ride East. During his interaction with the riders assembled in Shillong from different parts of the world, Sangma said it is important for each of the riders to be connected with the government and share their stories as they explore different places during their trip. He said it is through such trips that bonding and strengthening of relationships between different cultures and communities can take place. A 10-day first-ever sailing expedition on the Brahmaputra was taken up by the NCC in Assam from today at Bishwanath Chariali, almost 200 km from capital Guwahati. We have more details in this report.
On Wednesday marked the beginning of a new chapter in the expedition history of the entire northeastern region. It's the first ever sailing expedition and the mighty Brahmaputra has been selected for this ambitious initiative. The sailing expedition will cover a distance of over 200 kilometers with the flag off taking place at Bishwanath Chariali, about 230 kilometers from the capital Guwahati.
बच्चों को हम ये ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं कि वो कोई भी चुनौती का सामना करना सीखें, कैसे ऐसी चुनौती भरे काम के लिए तैयारी करना है, ट्रेनिंग करना है, अपना लॉजिस्टिक और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन प्रिपरेशन करना है और आगे जाके एक बहुत ही कठिन कार्य को कैसे पूरा करना है.
Stepping into this uncharted area, NCC Directorate Shillong has embarked on the pioneering project. Support from the Assam government and the Eastern Command of the Army has also come in with 3 sturdy whaler sailing boats of the Naval NCC units. 80 cadets, including 10 girls and 70 boys, are taking part in the expedition. A lot of effort have gone behind the preparations of this expedition.
ट्रेनिंग करके बहुत अच्छा लगा क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम हम लोग किया था तो एक्सपीरियंस भी बहुत अच्छा रहा और अभी का भी एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा है.
The 10-day expedition has been named as Lachit I after the great Ahom general Lachit Borphukan, who fought against the Mughals in the Battle of Saraighat in the banks of the Brahmaputra. It is also aimed in fostering a spirit of adventure among the youths of Assam and will also carry messages on environmental hazards and climate change. Bureau Report, DD News, Guwahati.
In sports news, in badminton, world champion PV Sindhu made an impressive start to her campaign at the Denmark Open, claiming a straight game win over Indonesia's Gregoria Mariska Tunjung in the women's singles competition. Fifth seed Sindhu beat Gregoria 22-20, 21-18. The Olympic silver medalist will now face Korea's Ensei Yang. World Championships bronze medalist B. Sai Pranith also made it to the second round, beating the legendary Lin Dan 21-14, 21-17. The Hyderabad shuttler is likely to meet world number 1 and 2-time world champion Kento Momota of Japan next. In Manipur, Scottish hard rock veterans Nazareth arrived in Imphal on Tuesday to perform in the ensuing 4-day She Rock 2019, an annual rock music competition cum festival held as part of the Shiroi Lily Festival. The Shiroi Lily Festival is being held at multiple venues in the picturesque Ukhrul district from today. Nazareth will perform this evening. American glam rock band Extreme is also slated to perform on the closing day on October 19th. Soon after arriving in Imphal, the Scottish band headed by its last founding member Pete Agnew told reporters that they will be happy to perform for the fans in Manipur. In Assam, on the occasion of the World Anesthesia Day, the Indian Society of Anesthesiologists Guwahati City branch organized a hands-on training program on compression-only life support for the common man at a gym in Guwahati. The program was organized with an aim to teach every commoner how he or she can become a lifesaver in an emergency situation during a person's sudden cardiac arrest. The demonstration was made amongst others by anesthesiologist Dr. Sultana Taslima Begum, consultant critical care Nimcare Hospital, and Dr. Sanchita Sharma Borkotoki from the Guwahati Medical College Hospital. Before we wind up the bulletin, a recap of the headlines. Hearing in Ram Janambhoomi Babri Masjid land dispute concludes in Supreme Court. 5-member Constitution bench reserves its verdict. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman says her duty now is to provide a lifeline to public sector banks. Assam government determined to contain artificial floods in Guwahati, assures GDD Minister Siddharth Bhattacharya. Enforcement Directorate arrests former Union Minister P. Chidambaram in INX Media money laundering case. And NCC undertakes first ever sailing expedition in the waters of mighty Brahmaputra. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.